Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I want to speak about some new releases, and also I want to speak about new perfumes that I tried, perfumes that are new specifically to me but they're not new to the market. And if this is something that you're into, then stay tuned. And let's start with the perfume that you guys are most interested about, probably, I'm not sure, and it's Pacific Rock Flower by Goldfield and Banks. And this is an Australian brand, and I haven't tried a lot of the perfumes from them, but I have tried the ginger one and it was not for me. I don't really like ginger focused fragrances, and I have not tried the original Pacific Rock Moss as well, so I cannot really compare them and give you my opinion like that. I'm just gonna, smell this fragrance as a brand new fragrance to me. So this fragrance to me is very aquatic, salty, beachy, summery type of scent. It opens up very salty, citrusy as well. There's lemon, there's sea salt, and I also smell some eucalyptus, and if I'm not wrong, there is mint. So it kind of has this like greenish smell. If you know that when you're by the beach, some plants, they grow on the beach, close to the beach, and you get that aroma from them that's pretty green, but also you get the saltiness from the ocean, and you get this kind of like citrusy vibe. It's very, very summery, and to me this is strictly like a summer perfume. I do not really see it being appropriate for any other season. But also you guys have to understand, like, I'm crazy, I'm a perfume addict. I review perfumes for you, so I kind of divide perfumes into categories in my head. Truthfully, it's not that deep. Like, you can wear this citrusy summer fragrance in the winter if that's what you like, but I feel like we perfume addicted people, we just want everything orderly. We want summer fragrances in the summer, spring fragrances in the spring, etc. And that's why I'm saying it like that. But like, if you're just kind of, a hobbyist, I mean, we're all hobbyists. If you're just starting to get into perfumes, or if you don't want to have like a large collection, you're not interested in that, please wear whatever you like, even in the winter and fall and whenever. So let's keep going with this scent. So while it's like aquatic and watery and salty and citrusy, it also has this slight floral accords, and they are definitely in the background. I cannot really make out what florals I'm smelling, and I do smell some warmth, and I smell some floral accords that kind of bring something into this fragrance, but it doesn't smell like any particular floral to me. And I would say that this fragrance is truly unisex. Both men and women can wear it, and men should not be afraid to wear it thinking that, oh, there are florals in this perfume, because like I've said, florals are not very, very prominent. And I would say that the woods in the dry down are not also very prominent. Like, to me, it kind of just stays this watery, salty, aquatic scent, and I really, really like. The longevity is not the greatest, but I would say that it still stays. It's not gonna project like crazy. It's not gonna be like a scent bubble around you that everybody will smell. It's not gonna be like that. But what will happen is that you're gonna think, oh my god, this fragrance is completely gone, but it's actually not gone. I wore it for a couple days and I was thinking, oh, it's gone so quickly, how come? And then, the wind would blow and I would smell it from my skin, which is really pleasant. It's actually sometimes really nice to have this type of scent where like you don't constantly feel it around you, so you don't get tired of it. But when the wind blows, or you get like a catch or drift of this fragrance, you're pleasantly surprised. So if this is something that you're after, and which is really, really appropriate also for the summer, you don't want your fragrance to choke you out or to kind of give you any negative feelings when they're always present. I feel like this fragrance is pretty good, but also keep in mind, that it's light and it stays pretty linear. Like, I would say that this fragrance doesn't really evolve. Like, it smells very similar from the opening to the dry down. Nothing particularly interesting or surprising or mind-blowing, but not every fragrance has to be like that. If it's pleasant, if it works for the summer, then why not? And these were my thoughts on Pacific Rock Flower. And the next perfume I would like to discuss is a new brand to Lucky Scent, and as far as I know, this is their new perfume, and the brand is Chambre 52, and the perfumer's Soleil Tonka. And so this is supposed to be like a very summery perfume, and it is for sure summery. It smells like you're eating a toasted coconutty dessert on a tropical island during the sunset. Like, it just smells very creamy, very summery, kind of tropical. I don't really know where the tropical kind of association comes from, but it does give me this kind of beachy vibe, even though the notes are like tonka, coconut, and vanilla. I just smell something floral in there. I smell kind of like some creamy, very, very tropical floral just kind of sneaked into this perfume because it's not listed in the notes. But it does smell like there's something floral in here for sure, because I just, in my mind, the tonka, vanilla, and coconut cannot really smell like that, but who knows? I'm not a perfumer, so I don't know. And I would think that this is a perfume for those who want like a simple yet kind of elevated and sophisticated beachy vacation type of smell. It doesn't smell cheap, it doesn't smell juvenile or overly simplistic. I think it's very well rounded, very well done for this kind of scent profile and for this type of smell. Like, you know, probably you're gonna like it if you like smells like that. And I would say that to me this is very, very similar to Blanche Bed for some reason. Like, I get the same kind of milky vibe about it. Similar to Blanche Bed, it smells milky, soft, very creamy, luxurious, and I don't know, kind of just milky. Very, very milky and very, very creamy. So if you're a fan of Blanche Bed, then give this one a chance. This is like a summery version of Blanche Bed because I feel like Blanche Bed is more universal, like it can work year round, and this fragrance mostly works for summer, at least in my opinion. But again, like, you do you. I'm just giving you what I think and the most appropriate season for it. These were my thoughts on Soleil Tonka by Chambray 52. And the next fragrance is A by Panteon Roma. And I first heard about this fragrance from the review of Demi Rowling. I watch her, I love her, like her videos really inspire me. She's so well spoken and she describes fragrances really well in my opinion. And so I love her videos and I just really, really respect her as a content creator. And I trust her opinion, you know, like often when she says something is good, it is actually really good. And at least if it's not my taste, then I can still appreciate this fragrance. And that's what happened with A, at least in my opinion. I just think that this fragrance is not for me, but I can definitely see other people enjoying it. But there are a couple things I want to warn you guys about. So this fragrance, you know, is advertised as a mango fragrance. A lot of perfume reviewers, not only Demi Rowling, were, you know, saying very positive things about this fragrance, and they were saying it's one of the best mango fragrances. It's like mango, fruity, floral, creamy, beachy, summery. But I just don't get all that kind of. I get a lot of mango, that's true, but it's just kind of regular mango. It doesn't wow me. There are better mangoes out there in my opinion. There's coconut also, which is fine, and this combination of mango and coconut really do make it like summery, beachy, you know, vacation like. But also there is patchouli and I think patchouli really make it super screechy, super just not it for me at least. And there's also musk, and I feel like that's combination of patchouli and musk. Like, it's not that this combination is bad, it's, in my opinion, in this fragrance, it's not well done, and it comes off as screechy, artificial, and synthetic. You know, like in my recent video I spoke about Dolce Melodia, and I said that Dolce Melodia has a very artificial, synthetic, screechy musk. I feel like it also happens here. Like, this fragrance, in my opinion, has artificial screechy musk that I cannot just get over, you know, like I cannot get past that. It kind of spoils the whole fragrance for me, and that's why I don't like it. Like, on the blotter it's a bit more pleasant than on my skin. I feel like my skin really brings this screechy musk to life, and it just overpowers everything there is. So in that sense, you know, be careful with this fragrance, give it a test before you buy. ScentSplit has different sizes available. You can get 1 milliliter, 2, 5, and 10. Like, it's really like amazing resource. I get almost all my decants off of ScentSplit and Lucky Scent, and I really like that ScentSplit allows you to choose the size. Like, Lucky Scent only has the little dabber. First of all, it's really small. Second of all, it's a dabber, so I have to transfer it into my own vial, which is not always comfortable. But ScentSplit, you know, they have 2 milliliters, They're super well done. They never evaporate. They like super durable. I drop my samples all the time. Nothing happens to them. So I really highly suggest, you know, both Scent Spirit and Lucky Scent for trying out fragrances. This way you can try a lot of fragrances and choose which ones you actually love. And these were my thoughts on A from Panteon Roma. And the last fragrance I want to discuss today is Tulum Junglescape by Simone Andreoli. And I was excited for this fragrance because I love Simone Andreoli fragrances, and I feel like this brand does the tropical summery scents very well, and so that's why I was excited. And so it turned out that it's not for me because it's kind of masculine leaning. It's also super kind of green, zesty, citrusy, and refreshing. And while I do like scents like this, I feel like this is like too much of that, and that's why it wouldn't be for me. I wouldn't gravitate towards it. I wouldn't really wear it, but I would definitely suggest it to somebody who is like into those type of scents, you know, like I am into warm, floral, vanilla, sweet scents, you know, that if you're into scents like citrusy, zesty, very refreshing, then you know Tulum Junglescape might be for you. It has a very limey opening. There's a lot of lime. It's like super zesty. There's also black tea, so it kind of does have tea as well, and it has like mint and other green notes. It's very kind of green, and it reminds me of some kind of like refreshing cocktail that you would have on a very super hot day. Like it's so hot and humid, you're somewhere like in the tropics, you know, it's just incredibly hot, and you drink this cocktail and it just makes you feel instantly refreshed. That's what this fragrance smells like to me. And you know, it's pleasant, like I have nothing bad to say about it objectively, but subjectively it just was not for me. That's why for me it's a pass. And the other thing I actually forgot to mention is that it is very salty, and I feel like salt is what really makes this fragrance summery, beachy, tropical, you know. It just really makes it kind of that way, very kind of summery scent. So that was my opinion on a tropical junglescape. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. I really hope that you liked it. I really hope that it was helpful, and please let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these scents, and if so, what do you think about them? I'll be really waiting for your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!